Hi class, let's take a look at example 7, and it's another one of those problems where they just want us to basically set it up. And let me do the sketch here. Okay, so not to scale, but our actual function is going to be bounded between technically -1. I'm just going to say that's -1, and that's the values of 1. And let me actually well, actually I'll leave it like that because I need the other values. And first, let's actually graph the cosine inverse. So your cosine inverse, well, this is going to be the values of pi. Starts at -1 and pi, and then it has this sort of a shape. So let me use green. So the cosine inverse has this sort of a shape. So this is technically y is equal to cosine inverse of x. And then the coordinate points of importance for the cosine inverse, it's going to be -1 comma pi on the y. And then technically this coordinate point here is going to be 1 comma 0. And I'm referring to that coordinate point. It actually crosses at 0 pi over 2. So, but that's not actually important at the moment because we need to grab the sine inverse. Now, the sine inverse, it's going to be a -1, and not to scale, this is negative pi over 2. So it's going to go through here, and your sine inverse actually has this sort of a shape. It goes through the origin, and then it looks like a tangent. So not to scale, it'll do this. And it's going to end up at technically 1 comma pi over 2, which is a little bit lower. So it should be, the sine inverse has this shape. So it has this shape, and it's going to end up around here. Actually, I cannot make it smaller. Okay, so let me put the coordinate point. It's going to end up around here. So it'll be doing this. Okay, so the portions that we're actually needing, and assume that these are perfect horizontal lines, are going to be these. So this is the shaded region that, well, they want us to take a look at. And then the following coordinate point, it's going to be messy. This one, it's not messy, but it's basically from the basic identities. So let me just, okay, so that coordinate point, it's technically the only coordinate point where your sine and cosine on the first quadrant were the same. And on the first quadrant, they were at pi over 4. So that coordinate point should be square root of 2 over 2, comma, pi over 4. Because remember that the sine of pi over 4, it's square root of 2 over 2, and the cosine of pi over 2, pi over 4 is square root of 2 over 2. So for the inverses, you would have to flip them. Okay, so let me actually calculate or set up the integral for the total area. So total area, it's going to be equal to the following integral. And we could do the first one, which would be, let me label it as, this is going to be number 1. So our first integral, it's actually going to be from -1 to this x value. That would be the square root of 2 over 2. And the function that goes above it, it's going to be the cosine inverse of x minus the sine inverse of x with respect to x. Then we would be adding the following integral from the square root of 2 over 2 to technically 1. And then beyond that point, so this will be your number 2. you would have the function above it would be the sine inverse. So sine inverse of x minus cosine inverse of x with respect to x. Let me fix these that look like 2's. They're supposed to be sine inverse and cosine inverse. So that would be the actual integrals that would evaluate that area. And obviously this is units to the second. So for the future exams or quizzes, I need you to take a look at the instructions. I may just ask you to set them up. So units technically squared.